Split Decision MMA UK here in Doncaster for CSFC 8. I'm here with Kameron Atakuru.
That's right, yeah.
Get in. People who watch these things must think I get so happy at getting names right. It's just awesome for me. Well, firstly, welcome back. You know, you've had a while out of competing. I know you're big on. You're a fantastic coach. I know that you're working all the time. But you know, first fight back, did you have any nerves? And talk us through the finish.
I'll be honest with you. Like, the nerves was mainly just the pre-fight jitters. Just with being backstage, the drive over here, that was the only different thing. In regards to competing, I've been competing in submission wrestling, gi comps, boxing for the 5 years. So the competitive feel when I was in the ring was just like normal when I got back in. Do you know what I mean? It was just mainly the day, just getting used to that. The weigh-in yesterday, having to diet for the first time in 5 years. So, but it's been good, really good.
And talk us through that finish. You know, once you got him, you shot him, got him down there, and you know, you're working with the shots at first. I thought you were going to get TKO at first, then you do, you know, lovely transition round side control, and then you got north-south choke.
Yeah, to be fair, credit to Brad, because we exchanged a little bit, and I could see he was kind of trying to counter-strike me. So I thought I'll not blag the left up, but threw it and see what happened, and it missed. So I thought I'd fake it again and hit the double, and thankfully it blasted through him. And then once we hit the floor, I threw a few shots, but credit to him, he transitioned and tried to get up, so I had to go for the goal behind. And to be fair, I got a little bit excited at first, you know, like landing shots, thinking, you know. But when he transitioned from side control from all fours to side control, as I was working to hit, he was pulling me up, so that left his head come up. So I thought, just automatically went for a north-south, and thankfully it landed clean, so I'm buzzing.
And is it even better to come back and get the finish? Because I know some people like to get back in there and get the cage time, as they call it.
A lot of the lads were saying, look, you know, take your time with this, you know, but I thought, do you know what? The worst that could have happened, I could have took my time and ended up getting caught and missing 4, 5, 6, 7 opportunities. But I thought, I'm never ever gonna miss this opportunity to sub somebody. I'm a submission wrestler by trade. Everything else is external. So if there's a submission opportunity there, I'm gonna take it all day.
And like you say, you're a submission wrestler, you're coach, and I know all the AVT guys always mention you anytime I speak to them. Atherton submission wrestling,
yes, that's right, yeah.
You're like far and wide. You know, what's it like for you as a coach, seeing people come through, but also how does it help you?
Oh, it's to be fair, it's amazing. It is a beautiful feeling having like showing a skill to someone who is either not so aware or has no skill, and see them over a year's time be able to put things together. It's a really, like, in terms of catharsis that you get from coaching, it's not the same as competing. I'm first and foremost an athlete and competitor, but it's another buzz, do you know what I mean? And plus it's my way of earning money. I coach and I fight, so you know, it's a lifestyle.
As you said, you know, you fight at first, then coaching. When you first started coaching, was it ever a bit, I don't know the word, is like nerve-wracking, you know, like, because some people, it takes time, like to get your fighting style, it takes time to get a coaching style, doesn't it? Did it?
I think, like Danny, when I first started like training MMA, we're looking like 10, 11 years ago, I was given opportunities to be able to coach within the gym, and just to work on your people skills as well, to be able to, you know, to communicate with people, and then transferring over a skill, that was another thing. But I think it's just been one of those things over time, and like I say, Danny does it. Danny was the one that, if anything, there's 2 people I've got to really thank for this. It's Darren Morris, who for me saved my competitive career and has helped me massively in my personal life, and Danny Mitchell has been a massive inspiration, because when I obviously went to coach full time, in my head, like, I was thinking about, that's it. I'm like, I was 28, 29. I thought, you know, could I go back and fight? But Danny has got 2 gyms and he's in the UFC. You know, that is just a massive inspiration for the fact that, you know, over the years I've trained with all sorts of these guys and just never had the chance, or never took the opportunity to get back in again. And it's been an absolute breath of fresh air to just obviously have these guys in my life and give me the inspiration to get back in. I can't thank them enough. I really can't.
And now that you're back in there, you've got that fight out the way tonight. Are you looking to get back in as soon as possible?
I'm not going to lose this fitness. I'm going to stay sharp, and I'm going to try and get in as soon as I can. I'm definitely going to be on the next CSFC in September, and I just want to, you know, Conor McGregor says he's put a new slogan out there, staying ready. That boy ain't stupid. He's right. A lot of people kind of get mega fit and then just start eating Reese's peanut butter cups for you know, and all sorts of other food just to get really fat, and then they lose the fitness. And then I'm not into that. That's what I used to do. but now I'm going to kind of drop the fitness by about 20%, tick away, steady over. We've got Lee Chadwick and Chris Orban from ASW. They've got fights on Bama coming up in August, so I'm going to be straight back in the gym as of Monday. So I'm going to help prep them, because if it wasn't for those guys, and like Adam Parks, one of my teammates, fights tomorrow, Matthew Klempner fights tomorrow at a show in Birmingham, if it wasn't for those guys, I wouldn't have the skills that I've got. So I've got to put it back, and it's about being a teammate, you know, first and foremost.
No, and I know what you're saying. I think it was Ricky Hatton that used to, in boxing, used to balloon up, and I think he said in his autobiography that as soon as he'd got, you know, at the end of his career, they said you've lost your body weight like 10 times over your career. So that must damage, and like you say, if you can stay in shape for your teammates. And how much you're looking forward to that Bama as well? I know you mentioned Bama.
It's going to be incredible. I mean, you know, my team are an absolute fantastic bunch of blokes, and they deserve the best. And Chaddy, he's another inspiration. Chris Orban, another inspiration. Chris Orban was 0-4, ended up getting 8 wins in a row. Chaddy has come to ASW and he's got 10 wins in a row. I am at the right place to make a decent run at this and have a good comeback, and just see what happens, innit? You know, if you know, Danny's made it to the top. Lee's gonna make it to the top. Orban will get there, so there's no reason why I can't do it. You know, so that's the plan.
No, it's a great plan, and I'm sure you will. You know, with your experience, your coaching, and all that, you're like a multitasking guy. You must be busy all the time. It must be crazy.
I've not worked a day in my life. It's a lifestyle. I absolutely love it. You know, people say, oh, how can you get up in the morning, coach, then go training, then come back and coach in the afternoon, then teach classes in the evening? It's like, it's not a job. It's not a job. I absolutely love it, and you know, that's why. Sometimes when you have certain like doubts, so as time as competitors, you sometimes have self-doubt. Can bollocks to that. You know, I'm living a fantastic life, and I'm just going to keep doing this. You know, I'm loving it.
No, that's what people say to me as well. They say, well, why'd you go around the country watching MMA? You know, interviewing you go, I love it. I'm not working. I might, like I said to you before, I might sweat and look like I'm knackered all the time. But that's more because that's just me. That's the way I work. But that's true, and now I'm rambling, so I'm going to say, is there anyone else you want to give a shout out to or thank?
Let me think. I've got to thank obviously all my teammates that have been in for the camp: Lee Chadwick, Chris Orban, Mike Wilkinson, Adam Parks, who fights tomorrow, Matty Klempner, Paul Taylor, whose show it is tomorrow. He obviously comes up from Birmingham. He's been a massive help. Craig Burke, who trains at AVT and ASW. All the AVT lads, massively. Danny Mitchell for getting me on the show, and a big shout out to my student Ben Royal over there, who stood there waiting. He's fighting next weekend on ice. He's making his second fight for my club, Manchester Submission Wrestling, and I can't wait to watch him win. He's going to do exactly what I did, if not better.
Well, I'll be there at ice next week as well, so you'll bump into me. As I tell people, I'm not following you. You know, if you want to get a little restraining order, it's all right. But you know, thanks. It was great to see you in there. I know everyone talks so highly of you, and I can see why. And it's really nice to meet you. And hopefully, I'll see you soon back in there again.
See me very soon, man. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.